comes in team fights, and that's what I will be keeping my eyes on Whippo. We've seen him have monstrous team fight impact before. In game 1, can he look to do the same thing? And quote-unquote immobile AD. Patience, control, and discipline is what we need to see from FlyQuest so that they don't play.
Certain York that got very dangerous, but Inspired is here.
Inspired's here, and Whippo's already got the passive heal. Goes for the Q2. A little bit more damage is all they need. The stun is there. Q3, first blood.
Guys, it's nicely with the Aatrox, and getting this Aatrox ahead is much needed in the matchup.
And that was a no base Sejuani. Basejuan now on bottom side though.
Yeah, Basejuan wants to find some impact on the other side of the map. Busio flashes over. Basejuan's ready to follow. Busio's got the shield to keep himself protected. Basejuan's going deep underneath the turret. A third shot's gonna fire out, and Basejuan's down to 150 HP. A little bit of protection from On as he tries to make sure that his jungler is able to get away. The Mystic shot missed, and Inspired stops him just in time. Basejuan's already used his summoner spells.
Here, but as we get back to live, another leash, and the root does land.
Yeah, the mantra Q to follow it up, and Masu is in hot pursuit. Elk in full retreat as On's going to eat a lot of damage on the back end of things as well.
Very even across the board, but Inspired's looking to change that level 6 on the Sejuani.
Exactly, the Glacial Prison is ready to fire. As long as it's not blocked by a Nico clone, they're going to be in a real good spot. On is already down, and the prison finds its way onto Elk. Using the World Ender to get a little bit of extra space as Basejuan goes in. Masu under pressure now. BLG's jungler with a ton of damage. The Tangle Barbs follow it up, and Basejuan is doing a lot of work with On right behind him. Busio's got to try to get away next. Nice stun from Inspired, looking to protect his support as Basejuan and On continue applying the pressure. Knights arrive!
Yeah,
and very little that he can try to contribute to this, as now On's going to use the Pop Blossom, lock up Inspired, but it's a one-man Nico ulti. Now On's about to die. Inspired throwing the Glacial Prison backwards. Basejuan's about to drop, and he falls inside of his own ultimate. Now On still able to get himself away as Ben and Whippo join the fight. Knight has to continue his retreat, and Whippo's still chasing. FlyQuest get one kill, and it's on the enemy jungler. Now the Dragons
FlyQuest have a lot of poke at their disposal. They need to play patient. That was a scary situation there for Quad, but BLG have regained control.
Oh, nice seismic shove there onto Ben, but remember, he is very tanky against that magic damage, but not the physical follow-up. Masu putting a ton of damage into him, and all goes in! Bullet time over the top! And FlyQuest evaporate a beautiful combo from the BLG bot lane duo to instantly win the fight. Busio has to flash away now as he and Inspired try to retreat. Whippo goes in, Inspired tries to follow, but FlyQuest may have overplayed their hand. Whippo wants a little bit more. Busio doesn't have the firepower to secure any kind of a kill. FlyQuest still scrapping back here as Whippo.
Herald still alive for now as BLG set their sights on the Whippo.
Whippo's got to try to get out of this one, but a 1v3, it doesn't seem likely. Basejuan, Ben, and Knight have more than enough damage to take care of this target, but On's going to show up for the Tangle Barbs just to guarantee
on the Herald.
Yeah, they're teleporting Quad in right now, so Talia coming with the wall.
Beautiful engage coming out there from Inspired, though. Basejuan almost dead here with the very start of the fight, but he does manage to get enough distance until Masu shifts over the wall to take him down. Now Ben's got to try to run, but he's stunned up by the Sejuani yet again. Masu and Quad putting the bullets into Ben's back, and Quad gets another kill. You've already got On in the control ward inside the pit. Whippo's going to be the front line here. There's your Pop Blossom, but it only finds the tanks. A lot of damage there with Whippo as he flashes back over the wall with the bullet time. Looking to cut him down a little lower. Quad fires back. Inspired's on a rampage, and On's already down. Elk and Knight firing into Inspired as Ben has to flash away. Knight wants to go between worlds, but Inspired's dancing all around him. Whippo on the front line as Quad gets another kill, and BLG are falling to pieces. Masu kills Elk, and Knight goes over the wall. Purchased the Sterix right before he teleported into that fight. It was an absolutely critical break point to allow him to survive and FlyQuest to win that fight. If he didn't have the gold lead he did, it wouldn't have worked. Inspired! It's a point-and-click ability!
Neutralize that disadvantage, and now with the Dragon spawning in 5 seconds, oh, they don't care about that. They just want more control. They want more picks.
Yeah, On is in some danger here. Has to try to get away, but Whippo's ready to follow it up. Goes for the Infernal Chains. On! There's not enough clones to get away from that Aatrox. That blue buff steal was very important. Quad and Masu both at below half mana has now been here in the front line. Just getting shredded by Masu and Whippo. BLG trying to regroup. Keep your eyes on. We'll see if this Nico can find a big Pop Blossom. His flash cooldown is almost ready to go. Inspired here on the front line. On goes in. He finds the Pop Blossom on Masu. FlyQuest AD carry is still alive, and he's trying to get away as Whippo wants to peel. Masu stays alive. Whippo here on the front line, but he's all alone. Quad firing damage into the health bar. stars, but the shutdown goes over to On. Get in the way of all the skill shots from Quad, and the Dragon and Soul Point are secured by BLG.
The damage still comes through though. Bin gonna be rooted up.
Bin pretty tanky though, if the only damage is the support, the jungler, and Quad's to Leah, but he's not tanky enough. Quad goes on a killing spree, and Elk's the next target. He uses the cleanse to try to use the blast cone to get away, but Quad jumps in right on top of him. Knight wants to fire back, and it makes it a 1-for-1. A double for Quad, but it's ended by Elk. Now, Knight tries to get away too. He goes between worlds. It's enough to get him out of there. Busio's low, but Beishuan can't finish the job. Whippo's ready to spread his wings and run forward, and Masu has rejoined the battle. Beishuan's locked up, and FlyQuest wants more blood. On's about to drop right next to his jungler.
They made a play for the Baron, but they were hungry for kills.
All right, Ben and Knight gonna find Whippo here with the Broxers. On goes for the engage. It's a catch under Quad. FlyQuest mid laner was about to die, but he kites it out and kills On instead. Beishuan and Knight get the job done, and Quad's gonna be traded, but FlyQuest still looks to continue the scrap. Everybody else on BLG still standing tall, but a Root ready to come out forces the ulti out of Ben. He doesn't get a lot of distance, but he does get away for now. Masu's still firing Mystic Shot. Yeah, you can see Masu's Mystic Shot with all of the cooldown reduction that he has. Just has no cooldown, but there, Quad gonna be caught out again, but he gets himself away. Now bullet time is down. Now the ulti from the Aurora's not ready either. Inspired jumps in, BLG retreating. Whippo coming around on the flank as Ben is gonna be stunned up here on the front line. There's the tank for BLG running away with almost no HP left to play with. Inspire catches Beishuan, and Masu's ready to follow. Whippo chasing on the back end of the fight, and he stabs Beishuan through the heart. By BLG as they retreat, knowing that one more bad fight is just the end of the game. FlyQuest have the time to take out the tier 2 in the top lane. The gold lead extends to 9,000. The catch again from Inspired as On dies before he can find anything. They'll keep the minion waves dying on spawn as they keep finding the pressure. On goes for the engage, but there's no follow-up. Masu's on a rampage. Beishuan dies as he tries to jump into the fight. It's only a matter of time for BLG as FlyQuest have no mercy at the Nexus. Masu is unstoppable, and for the first time this game, Knight will fall, as will his Nexus. FlyQuest on home turf are gonna win the first game.
Been something we've seen from them throughout the entire tournament. You think back even to play-ins, GAM creating early advantages, they just couldn't hammer it home. And that is one of the reasons that
Renata lane, you know, you do have a lot of all-in potential, and you do look to stack Drakes and try and use your Annie Wukong core that you drafted for early on. So while it does give a lot of people some worries,
0 and 8.
I mean, the main reason is that we're in a meta of team fighting, and I think she just
ward and
oh, immediately though, On and Elk going in. Masu in danger. The Callista. The bailout could proc here as Elk tries to get away over the wall, and the first blood is there. FlyQuest can't bail Masu out in time. Busio needs one more hit to make it a 1-for-1, but now On hits the Shattering Strike. Busio levels up to 4. Yes, a lot of them are very small, but the two biggest leads are for Knight and Elk.
I will say, on the one-item power spike as we see Whippo going in.
Yeah, we do have a couple of problems here for Beishuan. Gets stunned up by Quad, and Whippo! Two minions here, but Knight definitely getting the better of the mid lane matchup in this second game. Beishuan versus Inspired 1v1. Inspired's ready to commit the Cyclone. Meanwhile, over in mid lane, Masu's gonna be under pressure. Inspired putting the damage into Beishuan. He's already found the kill there. Now Busio and Masu going in after Elk. Plenty of damage here into the Corki. The bailout for Callista saves her life, but Ben's made his way into the fight. BLG turn it around, and Inspired's gotta try to run. Busio fires off a hostile takeover, and Inspired's running for the hills. Busio's gonna try to flash to escape. 250 gold there for BLG over FlyQuest as Quad and Inspired gonna find Ben here in this tribe rush. Inspired jumps in. The Herald still the focus for BLG. TP coming in to try to bring everybody here for the fight as Whippo's already popped the dominance. Massive damage back in the Quad, and he's already down, but Knight's about to be the same. Mid laners into the picture. Inspired still spinning here with the Cyclone as he tries to get away from Elk. He'll survive for the moment and still stay alive. Busio hit by the Call of the Forge God, and now the Renata's down. Whippo's already lost his ultimate, and BLG bury FlyQuest in the river.
In the extended fight.
What we saw in game 1 in terms of the gold right now. Quad in some danger, trying to play to the side to use the flash if he has to. Remember that the Tibbers is already down. He does not have that big team fight mechanism. Trying to step up and see what he can do. Busio's thrown in the middle of everybody. The hostile takeover fires out, but On's got a massive counter engage coming out with a Magnet Storm. Storm. Inspired, double knock up here with a Cyclone. As On's taking a ton of damage, and Masu's already got the first kill. The bailout's not going to be enough, and Beishwan might just be croc food. Nice kill for Bwipo, but Bin's in the middle of everybody. Inspired flashes to try to stay alive, but Elk guns him down. Double kill to the Corki as FlyQuest are hurting. And
Ben just going to go ahead, get this wave pushed up, try to clear this out, but immediately Busio and Masu are ready to go right after route. The Corki's in danger, but he hasn't been killed off yet. Now Masu and Busio are going to be in trouble. FlyQuest is split up. Masu's going to die here at the very start unless he gets bailed out, but Ben's already killed him. FlyQuest are scattering, but BLG are also low. Knights here on the front line, as Inspired can't find a whole lot else just yet. Goes in for the Cyclone, two-man knockup, and On is down. Inspired trying to keep the fight going as he flashes away from the laser of Knight. The Victor with a flash follow as Bwipo heals back up and takes out Beishwan. He might just be able to bail out, but just at the very last second he doesn't. Busio still gets the shutdown, but FlyQuest will be aced. Knight and Bin finish off the
Longer before he falls.
We're already back into the fight as Inspired's exhausted here in the front line. Bin's just juggling him around, and FlyQuest have already lost their jungler. On is low, and Bwipo's in the middle of everybody as Beishwan has to try to retreat, but Quad dies to the laser with a Chaos Storm. Busio's the next to fall, and Knight is a hurricane in this team fight. BLG. Masu gonna try to get away from this one, but that's Kalista versus Knight's Victor, and it's not gonna look too good. You'd have to think Masu falls.
They've been coordinating very well. They're having a much better game, and now they're going in after Bwipo. Inspired's already here as well, and Beishwan has jumped in. He's already lost his shield. Inspired is low from Knight's damage, but Masu's about to die instantly. Knight's already gone like Inspired and Masu are both down. Bwipo's got Asterix, but it won't keep him alive much longer. BLG are so far ahead, and they're making sure FlyQuest knows it. Elk firing some poke. Masu's already at half HP. First Nexus turret about to die as Bwipo goes into Dominus, and BLG happy to just wait it out and continue poking. The minions still alive. FlyQuest struggling even to clear these away. Bwipo is going to lose his ultimate before the fight even starts. Beishwan goes in for Quad. He tries to get away with a flash. Chaos Storm still burning him down, and Knight is legendary. FlyQuest, blink and you'll miss him. BLG wipe him off the rift. A triple kill to Knight as Bwipo gets away back into the fountain. He'll stay alive, but the Nexus won't. BLG even a score.
Some forms of engage and then being able to make it happen.
So FlyQuest, they're on the red side.
FlyQuest are cooking here because they have so much counter engage. They have the ability to play side lanes with the Rise plus global ultimate of Ascena. They have Poppy for defense, another defensive champ here, the Alistar picked up. So they have defensive gangplank ultimates.
As we check out our runes, it is a summoner's spellbook for On compared to the...
As a trade comes through, Hook connects once more.
Yeah, Busio still in some danger down here. The Ignite's already been used. Busio with the counterattack, headbutt pulverize, but there's not a lot of power early on from Masu Senna. Busio forced to use his summoner spells defensively to get away safely, but no! Masu
Start to turn it on, and they start to go very aggressive for their kills.
Like they're doing right now. Beishwan level 6 on the Vi immediately engages on Busio. Dawning Shadow from Masu can't save him. It's a 1-0 for BLG as On gets away with 100.
Yeah, Inspired jumping in there for the slam into the wall. Meanwhile, bottom lane, the Realm Warp coming in as Ben has to run towards the FlyQuest side. Bwipo drops the ultimate down for the Cannon Barrage to slow the Mbessa, but now Bwipo's got to be careful. Quad with the flash to guarantee. Yeah, he's very far forward now. TP's coming in for both sides. Bwipo going to tank some damage here at the start, down to about half HP. Flashes away from the hook, but Knight's ready to follow. Dawning Shadow for the shield onto Bwipo. The charm hits, but the orange won't save him. Now On stuck, rounded, rooted up, and he'll be burst down next. Inspired grabs the kill as Busio jumps forward, but Knight's already cleared the distance. FlyQuest making a 1-for-1, but Masu's going to drop if he's not careful. Carry in the game with 4 dive buddies ready for that lead as Ben just continues scrapping with Bwipo's gangplank. The shield's making it so Bwipo doesn't even get any valuable damage in return. Perfect execution. Ben jumps in. Bwipo about to fall. Gauge on him, and now he has no powerful defensive tool. Quad's in danger as Knight uses the Spirit Rush immediately, going point blank with Quad. He lands the charm right into the vibe. Follow up. There's the dredge line too.
They moved into the top side jungle. Quad doesn't respect the potential collapse, and now Inspired gets hooked.
Inspired just going where he has no business being.
That just enables further picks for them. So FlyQuest, their goal of trying to farm up and play the map, well, they're going to go for that bin.
They've got to try to get this here, as Bin wanted to use the perfect execution on Quad, but a nice sidestep means no way out for MSI Inspired. But that's still a commanding advantage. Busio looking for even more, but a TP from BLG on. Flash Dredgeline finds Quad. The Rise, the immediate target, and BLG has found another kill. Now FlyQuest scrambling to keep the fight going as Knight is ejected. Keeper's verdict might try to save him as On's about to drop next. FlyQuest are going to find On. FlyQuest are going to find another on Beishuan.
But Otacon's already started up, Flowers.
Yeah, the Otacon's down to half HP. On's not going to hit his dredge line. FlyQuest is on the approach. BLG backing up a little bit here as Masu tries to enter in. Cannon Barrage already used, forcing BLG back. Now Otacon down to 3,000 HP. FlyQuest still thinking about it, but Keeper's verdict was already used. West! Stolen away by Beishuan. Absolutely massive there. But what about the rest of the fight? BLG backing up now. All the way down here as FlyQuest hanging out in the brush. Busio goes in for the two-man knockup. Bin and Elk, though, not under a whole ton of pressure. Dawning Shadow. Busio still alive as Quad has to be careful here in the front line. Beishuan's in the back. Pressure onto FlyQuest carries as Masu stays alive, but Quad is already down. Beishuan dies next. On, tanking on the front line as Busio dies to Elk. The killer instinct from BLG is there. Knight tries to escape. Inspired needs more damage, and he finally finds him. Shut down over to Bwipo, though, but Elk hunts.
Kaiser right there, and we'll see if they can find their engage over the wall.
On, gonna get jumped on here by Busio and Bwipo together, but now immediately Masu's about to die at the very start. He's barely hanging on as Quad goes into the stasis, but now he's dead. Masu's down too. BLG have cut everybody on FlyQuest to pieces, and Busio and Inspired have to try to get away. Ben goes in for the perfect execution as Busio drops
Something with the split push, but it is a drop in the bucket at the moment.
On's going in immediately. Bwipo and Busio gonna take half their health, but On is dead. Keeper's verdict not.
If you can change the numbers in a very effective way, then maybe.
Right, On gets stunned by Inspired, but the Acathian Rain from Elk firing back. On very low on HP here, and Quad is going to get the FlyQuest. They seem to, as On tries to go in for the engage. Immediate Keeper's verdict to knock Knight back in the fight.
Talked about it as a dream, but FlyQuest are looking to make the defense a reality.
Yeah, the teleport's coming in from Quad, and immediately it's going to be On in some danger again. Inspired slams him right back into the wall, and FlyQuest is moving forward. Baron down to 5,000. Inspired into the pit. Beishuan's ejected. Busio here on the front line. FlyQuest take the Baron. Now the follow-up fight slams Ben back into the wall. Beishuan's onto Masu, but it will not matter. There is no follow-up. Knight is crestfallen. There's nowhere for him to go, and Elk is
FlyQuest!
FlyQuest pushing for the first inhibitor. They're going to find it. 15 seconds on Bin, 15 seconds on Elk. FlyQuest making their way onto the Nexus turrets. Busio here in the front line as On tries to defend. Beishuan's going to be the next target. Beishuan barely getting away. Busio's still alive. Knight goes on a killing spree. Inspired down to 200 HP. A little bit more damage kills him off. Bin jumps into the fight as Beishuan's about to drop. They do secure the kill as Masu is still firing. Elk into the back line, and FlyQuest are aced.
The defense from BLG!
BLG stand tall. Bin's got the minions, and On's gonna join him. BLG will have free firing time on the Nexus turrets. It turned way closer than they thought, but BLG will secure the win and move to match point.
FlyQuest at
Closer,
the...
this was their game, and sometimes you give these ones away, and that is the difference in a series.
Damage out of the Maokai. I expect to probably see the Red Smite Leandry's build at the very least on this to add some extra AP into the mix. And the final pick for FlyQuest will be the Hui that you guys were talking about.
I get the actual range.
I think that FlyQuest have a decent amount of range. I remember being very excited at the start of that game. About halfway through the game.
I was going to say
As FlyQuest trying to move up, stop some of these grub takes. The third grub is the only one left, and all three secured by BLG. Never mind, FlyQuest did get themselves the one. Now Masu under pressure from Knight. Massive Maokai ulti coming through. Inspired taking a ton of damage here on the front line, but the first kill's already going over to Knight. Beishuan, 200 HP, trying to get away. BLG in the top river.
Quad actually smurfing. He predicted Beishuan's flash there to get the extra kill. 2 onto Quad, and Bwipo going pretty ham.
Yeah, he's using the showstopper. He's already pulled out the haymaker, though, so his health bar is pretty low. You can see him regenerating extra HP now as Busio joins up, but Bin has already taken Bwipo out of the picture. Now Busio trying to bait Bin in. Inspired shows up. He forces the flash back out of the Yorick. Very
Good journey.
slow-paced early game here as Busio tries to go in for the Tempered Fate, but he won't land it onto Bin. A nice cage from the Yorick, but Bwipo's going to be the one tanking the turret into the haymaker. It hits Bin square in the...
Both with his own spells as well as maybe with creative magical journeys, but we're going to see an attempt at Bin.
Yeah, Bwipo flashes forward to go in for the Facebreaker. Bin tries to get away there, but Showstopper right back into the wall and a haymaker.
Yeah, the stride breaker we were talking about completed for him. He tackles him into the wall again.
But now a play being made in the mid lane. Busio's in danger, but the Tempered Fate stops Elk before he can do the last little bit of damage. Busio gets himself away. Beishwan and Knight going for the dive in the bottom lane at the same time. Quad's going to be the target. Spiraling Despair back to Beishwan.
Could change an entire team fight. His flash cooldown critical as well. Nice.
On. Gonna get chased down now. The Magical Journey looking after him. Nice Tempered Fate there on Knight. On's the first to die. Knight's gonna follow. And FlyQuest just
Ready to fight any foe that runs into his path.
All right, Chains of Corruption hit him, but he's already underneath the Tier 1 turret. A TP coming in for both sides now as FlyQuest bring Bwipo in. He's behind enemy lines, but he's very tanky. Bin can't say the same. He arrives only to die as BLG have to try to scatter now. Beishwan's caught by Spiraling Despair, and Bwipo's on a killing spree. BLG runs straight into the meat grinder. When these Bash Bros on the front line get fed and they start being able to itemize armor, you got a problem. Knight is caught in the middle of his rocket jump, and FlyQuest will drown him in the river. Quad with another kill as on's the next target.
Busio is having an incredible performance. We knew his bard was good, but FlyQuest are chasing for more.
They'll immediately take that Tier 1. If they can escort this Herald in, they could try to get another slam into the Tier 2, but it's going to get smoked down by Beishwan instead. Bwipo flashes in for the Facebreaker. Double kill for Quad.
That's the slow. He's hunted Knight down.
Yeah, Bwipo wants to at least force Knight to use the Buster shot, and there it'll go. But now, another point of pressure for FlyQuest. Another beautiful deadly flourish off the back of vision control. Masu though, Knight jumping in, forcing the flash. Knight with a massive shutdown there to kill off the FlyQuest AD carry, but it will cost him severely as Inspired jumps in.
Do BLG have any magic of their own to extend this game, or will FlyQuest just claim it?
14-3, favoring FlyQuest with the Hex Soul at about half HP. BLG looking for some kind of an angle to try to approach, but immediately Bwipo already starts it up and Beishwan's under pressure. Nature's Graph fires out. Bwipo's still here on the front line. On goes in for the charm onto Inspire. They've already got him low, but it ain't gonna be low enough. Masu with a first kill. FlyQuest one more. Bwipo shielded up, but he finally dies. The soul
from BLG. It is desperation.
It's a Hail Mary from BLG, but the Tempered Fate is already connected onto Knight. Deadly Flourish, but he buffers through it. Bin in some danger already here on the front line, and he dies. Inspired dominating as the Otacon is left at half HP for FlyQuest. BLG still seeing if there's any chance for an angle here. Otacon at 5,000. FlyQuest with control over the pit, but they got to be careful to not tank too much. Deadly Flourish won't collide on a target, and now Bwipo is still looking. The Otacon goes over to Inspired. And
my goodness, Inspired.
You want him back, don't you?
Of
Sorry,
course.
Sorry, no deal.
I'm thinking, oh, the interrupt onto Knight.
Knight in danger. Immediately the Deadly Flourish. Masu's got
an uncontested Baron. BLG are running out of options here in game 4. The ulti comes through.
Tempered Fate finds Beishwan. On now, very low as well. Spiraling Despair connecting onto the jungler as Quad's got a flash to make sure that he doesn't get killed by Elk. Nice max range, Chains of Corruption. Quad is sniped down.
I think you put the push music on and you start pushing.
Magical journey.
There it is. Busio and Bwipo going after Bin. Deadly Flourish from downtown. And Bin flashes to try to live through it.
The supporting cast has been setting up all these plays, and now BLG look to respond.
Inspired flashing out of the way of Nature's Graph, trying to make sure that he doesn't get blown up here at the very start of the fight. Drops the Subjugate and turns on. Tempered Fate to buy Inspired time. He heals up with the King's Tribute, and BLG have already lost 3 men across the map. Knight flashing away, but the curtain call is opened, and the show is over in game 4. Triple kill for Masu. Elk is the last man standing, and he at least gets a kill into Busio, but now he's got to try to escape. Quad and Masu ready to fire as Spiraling Despair misses. Masu with the proc on the Hex Soul to slow down Elk. Guarantees scores the kill. Only Bin standing. FlyQuest are moving to the Nexus turrets. It's Yorick against Masu, Quad, and Bwipo. On finally respawning as well. Maiden to the mist, wanting to buy some time as FlyQuest have made it onto the second Nexus turret. The Nexus open, vulnerable. Bwipo forcing his way forward as Inspired puts in the work on the Nexus, and FlyQuest bring us to Silver Scrapes.
FlyQuest may have stumbled
into this composition. Oh, Game 5 Zillion!
North American Magic!
Oh, Game 5 Zillion!
Somebody get Bjergsen on the phone!
Is Bjergsen here? Where's Jensen? Get North American Classic! The minutes.
So a good trade, and the 1v1 has the level advantage, doesn't get the level 4. No, he does level up.
Just walks up and taunts him. Full combo.
Oh my, just full combo.
Easy.
Heated as Bin tries to escape. He's still got the flash. Now Busio and Masu in the bottom lane looking to go aggressive as Bin gets away. Busio down to 100 HP, flashes in for the shield at Daybreak. Elk is about to die. It's a 1-for-1 trade. On gets the kill on Busio as now Knight's looking to make a play in the mid lane once again on a Quad, who's down to 250 HP. On versus Masu in the bottom lane at the same time as Inspired's ult.
I think this is ambitious. Knight has the ulti, remember?
Okay, immediately the invade from Inspired. Gonna get punished. BLG collapse
outside of that ulti, and yeah, FlyQuest don't feel confident enough to fight. The arrow connects.
Beautiful shot from Elk, and the follow-up is just as good. BLG have found the heart of FlyQuest, and they're tearing it out. Inspired, second death this game. Busio might just die here again as Quad drops a very early chrono shift, and it looks like BLG are ready to wait it out. Quad gets taunted up. He has to flash away. Busio surviving at 100 HP. Only in time for the Nocturne to show up, and Baishwan to get the kill. 100 gold to Bin's Rumble.
Inspired.
Finds on, but the support Shen making some distance for now. Busio jumps in there with a Zenith blade, but here comes Knight. Equalizer ready to make this fight go BLG's way. Inspired is dead again. BLG have low health bars, but FlyQuest don't have the damage. Quad makes his way over, but he's just killed instead. A double kill for Knight as Bin's protected by Stand United, and the taunt's ready to find another. BLG gets 3. It's BLG with a commanding lead. 13 minutes in, Knight goes in to cut off the escape route for Bwipo. And now he and Bin are looking for another kill. Baishwan has been invisible early on. We know the champion struggles early, but it's had no impact. Now again, BLG making another play. It's Baishwan and Knight, the arrow, ready to join up and guarantee they've got a little extra firepower, but they still don't have the kill secured. Baishwan with a Dustbringer on the very end. Bwipo alive with just a little bit of HP. The caster minions, oh, they get him low. He was down to 20 HP, but he lives. Inspired's not gonna, and that's another kill for BLG, man, the caliber of this team. Kobe, you already said it. They've been to back-to-back MSI finals in a row, and they don't want to be stopping anytime soon. Inspired trying to get away from Knight's heroic entrance as Busio throws a defensive solar flare. BLG still going forward. Inspired trying to get away. Bwipo's in the middle of everybody, but BLG's too far ahead. FlyQuest lose 4. BLG lose nothing. Further, Knight waiting off to the side on a control ward. Inspired hit with the arrow, hit with the Nocturne, hit with the Galio. Inspired's already gone, and now they're not ready to stop. Masu gets another early Zillion ulti from Quad, so they immediately change their focus and switch over to Busio. BLG.
This whole series had been close, back and forth, but this one is not that at all. Completely one-sided. Knight here, though, under attack, gets executed.
Finally a kill comes through for FlyQuest. 1,000 gold shutdown for Bwipo's Urgot as Bin tries to escape Masu's calling, but the firepower back from BLG is way too strong. Elk's on a killing spree. He flashes forward for some focused fire. Quad's gonna be his next target as he revives himself, and Busio's left to die. Masu's still burning, and Baishwan wants another Dustbringer. He's got the kill credit there onto the Leona as Busio drops.
Maybe getting there early with the vision.
Okay, On walks into the brush. They are going to find him here. Shut down to Inspire. BLG.
Whoa.
Seekers are guards ready to go. Stand United on Bin to bring On into the mix. Knight also looking here. Busio and Bwipo. The one's not close to the turret. Bwipo's going to get taunted immediately. On dropping the Spirit's Refuge, trying to front line, but he's going to be pulled into the grinder. Bwipo gets another kill.
I mean,
real pressure. We'll see
Here we
if they
go.
want to engage. There it is. Enchanted Crystal Arrow finds the Leona. Busio down to half HP. Forced to flee. Resurrected by Quad, but now the Chrono Shift is already down. Inspire dealing with Beishwan off to the side. On doesn't hit the taunt. Busio wants to go into the back, but he's already dead. Bin, godlike, FlyQuest, no chance.
I mean, of the Baron, there's a possibility of a steal, but BLG aren't even starting the objective.
The objective is kill FlyQuest, and BLG are happy to oblige. Beishwan unstoppable, Inspired dead. Galio with a grand entrance yet again, a double kill for the BLG jungler. Knight goes over the wall, but the taunt doesn't find a target. BLG's already got the minion wave, and they'll knock down the tier 3 turret. No Baron required. Well, there's no solar flare available. Inspired just now respawned. Enchanted Crystal Arrow hit another target, and Quad's gonna die before he can even cast a spell. TP coming in from FlyQuest, but it just doesn't matter. Bin's got another double kill. Masu's got another death. Inspired wants an angle here. He jumps in after Beishwan and goes for Elk. Inspired with a shutdown, but it's just a drop in the bucket now. Bwipo's chasing after Bin, but Inspired's already been killed, and only Bwipo's left standing. Bin with a flash. Another kill comes through. BLG with the ace.
Beishwan trying to get a bit of health back from the jungle camps.
Okay, Beishwan's at half HP. Teleport coming in from On to join up with the rest of the team. Equalizer dropped as the final tier 3 turret will be killed. Bin taking a lot of damage, but he still has the stasis ready to defend. Bwipo gets the Chrono Shift, but it won't matter. Quad's gonna die first. Inspired with a Guardian Angel, but he's nowhere near the defense point as Bwipo's about to die. Elk flashes in, and BLG scrambles to protect him. Beishwan versus Inspired off to the side, but the rest of BLG is on the march. They were pushed to the edge, but BLG stand tall and eliminate FlyQuest from MSI. CK battle in the winners finals between Gen G and T1. A final look at our final game